Hey Libra, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all doing good. I'm going to see what wants to come out, past, present, future. If this does resonate, like, share and subscribe. It's always greatly appreciated. First card out, the High Priestess. Feels like you've been aware of your gifts for a long time. You've known what you've wanted to create, what you're creating and where you're heading. Feels like something you've been feeding, something you've been nurturing for many years. Yeah, sleepless nights, working all round the clock, 24/7. Feels like being your own boss. That could be just in business, it could be in any aspect of life. It feels like really depending on yourself. A lot of anxiety. Feels like very scary times, feeling like you couldn't cater to yourself, that you couldn't look after yourself in some way. But it's taught you how to communicate with spirit, communicate with your higher self, to hear yourself clearly, to listen deeply. It's like a huge transformation's taken place in the void, in the chaos, in the fear. You've had to find a way out. But it feels like this has built self-reliance, trust in yourself. You know every step of the way how to transmute something, how to overcome something. It's like you've done it once, you can do it again. This is something priceless moving forward. You can hear your own spirit, you can hear your own voice. It feels like really being connected to your intuition, strengthening your intuition. Realizing that there's more out there, realizing how much more you could do, how limitless you really are. Feels like it's taken time sitting in the dark to watch this, to see this. I'm seeing someone sitting in the cinema watching a film. It's like sitting in the dark, watching your own potential, having to almost be wound up by your own potential to feel that push to go after it. Seeing all the things you could do, what you're here to do, how talented you are, how gifted you are, but not being able to have access to move forward. Feels like having to sit and watch your higher self. But it's pushed you into a place of wanting to embody that. To see that actually this trap, this illusion, that's all that it was, an illusion. That there's always a way out, the way out is in. And the Empress fell down. Feels like a spiritual awakening. It's an emotional energy. There's a lot of depth, a lot of feeling. It's kind of sorrow, a feeling of sorrow. Feeling blindsided by the illusion. Feeling frustrated that you didn't see something for what it was, but it feels like this is something that's been worked through, that it's been released. Yeah. You've navigated through like one of the hardest storms in your life. That's how it feels. But you've come out the other side. Something's coming through. I was watching Marissa Peer, and she was speaking about how people tell themselves they can never go through something again. So if you've been abused or something happens during pregnancy, or you've gone through an abortion or whatever it is, that you tell yourself you could never face that again, you could never go through that again. And the manifestation from that is the body shutting down. So maybe that leads to infertility, because you're manifesting as a protection mechanism to prevent that from happening. And there's something about that, maybe not in terms of that, but holding a belief. So for me personally, I've noticed that I'm not going out, or I'm not communicating, or I don't want to interact with people, because it's like I've created this belief that it's not safe. When I put myself out there, certain things happened. So the way to prevent that is to stay closed in, to stay shut away. That's the safest thing to do, because that belief of I can't go through that again. And the same thing with abortion. I had an abortion, and even that is like a fear of being pregnant, a fear of, it's like having that belief of I could never go through an abortion again, could lead to me preventing myself from becoming pregnant. And it's like I've been guided to really get to understand that actually I could go through that again. Would it be what I want to go through? No. Even in terms of trauma, abuse, things that have happened, rewriting the thing that, you know what, actually I could go through that again. I would survive that again. Would it be what I wanted to go through? No. Now I know better. Can I do better? Can I create a different way? Yeah. Can I put things in place to make myself feel more comfortable in certain situations? Yes. But by releasing this resistance, this belief that I could never face certain things again, I could never go through things again, it wasn't only shutting down, it wasn't only protecting me from the bad things that could happen, it was protecting me from all the good things that could happen. And that's kind of the point here. It's like, be mindful of what you tell yourself, be mindful of some kind of mental trap, some kind of illusion. Because like this is something you've worked through, something you're aware of, something you're moving out of or have been moving out of. Present energy. It's really releasing resistance. Ace of Wands. Yeah. Feels like by becoming aware of this fear or this narrative, that it's like cutting cords. I'm seeing like a band, like an elastic band be cut, how it will just spring. It's like catapult energy being sprung into action, moving forward, something fresh, something passionate, something new, something inspiring, something creative, something authentic to you. This is in the present energy. It feels like a weight lifted, some kind of relief. Moving through illusion, rising above something. It's like if there's dark clouds above or some kind of fog, like rising out of that, being the light that shines through that. Think of the bigger picture. It's like thinking of the bigger picture, but then acting in the moment. Not worrying about how what you're going to do is going to affect, how the effects are going to move moving forward. Not living in the past, not living in the future, really being in the now. Feels like a spontaneous energy. But it's going to mean you being okay with not checking everything. It's like micromanagement. That's how it's coming through. Over analysis. It's like let go of the details of things. It feels like you're being asked to release strategy, or being asked to release the plan, but to still have a knowing of the plan, but not so to release rigidity. Like there's lots of things coming into play here. You're creating something that has lots of different areas to it, or something that's like going to continue to unfold for many years. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Create space for something bigger. There's an easier way. There's a way to expand something, a way that makes you feel expanded, but it means letting go of what you think you need to do. Yeah, and following the feeling. It's like by you doing something that feels good to you, you could be feeling like you're turning your back on, it feels like turning your back on hard work, turning your back on what you think you should be doing, some kind of responsibility. But it's like there's something right behind you, there's something right there that you could be missing because you're focusing on something too intensely. There's something better waiting. There's a better way of doing something. There's a faster way of doing something, and it may even mean slowing down. Yeah. Be in it for the long game. That's how it feels. It's like there's no need to rush. Move in the manner that you wish to create. It's like if you're frantically rushing, throwing bits of rock at a wall, trying to build a house. Or if you're patient, you're careful, there's certain, it's like slow down. Quality over quantity. It's like something's actually going to be more precise by you letting go of control. Example, like when I'm painting, if I'm focused on painting a straight line and I'm kind of tense and rigid and trying to really control that line, it's impossible. Like it's just like it just doesn't work. But if I go to paint that line, and as I start I hold the intention that I'm painting a straight line, and it's the straightest line I've ever painted, and that's the intention, that's what I'm about to do, and then I let it go and I breathe in, and as I do the line I breathe out. So I usually don't breathe more than once through that line. So it's an inhale of that intention. It's a request, a co-creation, a ask for help, it's like the energy coming through me as I paint that line. As I breathe out, I'm breathing out that intention into that line that it's a straight line. And it's not me forcing and controlling, it is a trust. It is in the breath, spirit is breath. It is an expectation, it's a knowing, it's an assumption that it's the perfect, it is what I'm putting into it, because I'm in that place of calm, in that place of breath. And there's something about that. Slowing it down is gonna, and actually the more you try and do something with precision, maybe the less precise it is. Feels like really understanding yourself as a vessel, the world. You don't have to fight so hard anymore, the fight's over. What are you fighting for? There's nothing to fight. If you're fighting, then you're manifesting a fight. If there's no fight, then you wouldn't be fighting. If you don't want to create some kind of fight, stop fighting, put the boxing gloves down, let it go. Choose to surrender. The only thing that exists is what you feed the world. You choose what exists in your reality by what you pay attention to and what you accept. Don't like it, don't accept it. The Magician. It's at the end of a karmic cycle. But mastering yourself through it, regardless of how traumatic that's been. The Hermit. I'm being guided to read the Hermit from the magical course of tarot. The magic of tarot. The Chariot. The Magician, the World, the Magician, the Chariot, the Hermit. A magical course in tarot. The Hermit is a symbol of introspection and the wisdom that is gleaned in thoughtful silence. This card invites you to withdraw from the clutter and commotion of the everyday world and find peace and solitude. Reflection, re-evaluation and spiritual study are the tools. Connecting to that which is sacred and meaningful becomes the inspiration. The Hermit is the wise one, the tribal elder, the ancient sage, who lives alone on the rocky cliffside, to whom hundreds make the long pilgrimage on foot to seek true counsel. Retreat for a time into his realm. Learn his ways of careful deliberation, self-knowledge and prudence in thought and deed, and then carry his teachings like a lantern to light your world when you return. Some of you, it feels like travelling on water. Some kind of voyage, I want to say. Is that the right word? Spiritual meaning of mackerel, that's coming through. Something come through about the mackerel, how they used to feed on the dead sailors. I don't know what this is all about. And the difference between Spanish mackerel and mackerel from the UK. But that's just coming through. Maybe check out the spiritual meaning of mackerel. But there's something, it feels like somewhere you need to go, a trip you need to take, some kind of unfinished business, maybe something generationally, maybe you're being guided by a past loved one to go to a certain location, something you need to tend to, something that needs to be dealt with, maybe you just need to visit a place, but it feels like something connected to water or maybe just connected to you emotionally. It feels like travelling through water. I'm seeing somebody travelling. But it feels like it makes no sense. It makes you feel silly to even question this or feel like it's a waste of time. Surely this is some kind of fantasy. This is something you've maybe built up in your head. This can't be what you need to be doing right now. It makes no logical sense. It is what it is. It's coming up for a reason. 8 of Wands, celebrate it. It's go time. It's like, get excited about it. It's like, are you even happy with what you're creating for the long term? If you didn't, it's like, what sparks joy? Forget about what makes sense. What sparks joy right now? Think about how you feel just plodding along doing something, even if it is greatly successful, even if there is a lot of money coming in, even if on paper or to others it's like you're living the dream life, the best of the best life. Are you happy? Is there something that is calling you, something that excites you? It may mean to others, like, look to others like you're going backwards in some way, but that's not what's happening. It's like that's part of the energy right now. Flow with it, be spontaneous, take the risk, trust in it. It could feel like you're getting dragged all about the place, going up, falling down, 3 steps forward, 10 steps back, 20 steps forward, 4 steps left. But it's like, groove with that. There's a fear of resting because resting reveals heartbreak. It's like if you slow down or if you relax, it's like as soon as you stop doing something, you're left with that certain haunting thoughts or heartbreaking thoughts. That's exactly why you need to rest. Face things once and for all. You can overcome this, you can transmute this. There's an opportunity to. The only way out is through. Feel something in its entirety. This is all part of your evolution. This is part of a level up. This is something you need, even if it means putting yourself in a place of lack or feeling like or it's like having less than, or maybe living in a more minimalistic way. But it's actually, I'm hearing like Bob Marley, does money make you rich? And it's like, what really does make you rich? I was watching this lady, a video that come up, and she just with like her bare hands and a spade dug out a whole like swimming pool on the earth. So it was just like a grassy area, and she's dug the hole, she's cleaned it out, and it was the most stunning thing. Like created a door, and only using things in nature, like using the branches, using the leaves, using the natural earth and water from the stream. And literally this thing was stunning. And then she just went up to the tree, she picked her fruit, like there's an abundance of fruit on the trees. She's eating her fruit in the tree. Then she goes to the pool that she just made, and she's just chilling there. Like she's carved out a little step so she can, like, and a chair so she can sit by the pool and eat her fruit by herself in the middle of nature. And I literally was like, this is the richest woman on earth. Like this is, like, she's just free and peaceful and happy and enjoying all the elements in one place. Couldn't ask for anything. Like there's everything there. No food shortage, no air shortage, no pure water shortage. Everything is just there, provided by Mama Earth. And she was in a blissful state. There was nothing materialistic about it. There was nothing really man-made there other than a shovel and the clothes she was wearing. So it's like, it may feel like you're letting go of everything for nothing. But it's by letting go of everything that you think you need, or you thought you needed, or you thought you wanted to really, it's like a feeling that, to learn how to be happy and realise you really have everything you need without some kind of external stress or man-made thing. It's like you need a certain kind of this to be happy, a certain kind of whatever. What it feels like is keeping up with fashion or keeping up appearances, literally. It's like letting it all go for what truly makes you happy. And then it's like whatever you bring in materially, whether you have something materially or you don't, that you stay in that place of bliss. It's a very freeing energy, because it means whatever comes, whatever goes, that you're going to be ecstatic. Like you've got the ability to be in that place, which feels like it's taking the pressure off what you're creating, because it's like there's no need for anything. It doesn't need to work. There's no need for success when you know you're already successful. There's no need to prove yourself when you've already proven yourself to yourself. There's no need to seek validation when you already validated yourself. It feels like ego death. Really understanding what you truly want and why. New beginning. It's time for a new adventure. It does feel like something very magical and something different to what you've experienced up until now. Feels like a mystical kind of energy. Stress may be an issue during this time. This feels emotional. Avoid situations that can be a drain on your emotions. Emotional health. Journaling would be great. Not forcing anything would be great. Not feeling like you have to be the best of the best at what you're doing. Doing things for the right reasons. Example, I felt like I needed to stretch, needed to connect, needed to meditate, needed to do some yoga. And usually if I can't do it at a decent standard in whatever that is in my head, I just won't do it, and I'll wait till I'm up to doing it. Recently I've just been sitting on the floor and moving around however I feel, like to make myself feel better. The intention is to not be an amazing, not to perform some kind of amazing yoga, but to just genuinely feel good, to move where my body wants to move. There's no time limit on it. There's no how far I've got to stretch, no how long I've got to meditate, no how long I've got to do anything, or any kind of sort of expectation or pressure. It's just, if I'm down stretching about for 10 seconds or 10 hours, it is what it is. And just taking that stress off. If I feel like I've told myself I'm going to do something, but actually I feel called to rest and I need to change my mind, then I will just rest in that and tell myself that's okay. And it feels like just really honouring your emotions, taking the pressure off right now, especially with the full moon energy. It doesn't mean you're failing. It doesn't mean you're giving up. It's like, let things settle. You may feel a little thrown up in the air. And it's like you can really float with things. I'm seeing someone literally floating around like zero gravity, that kind of thing. Spaceman energy. Like literally, you know how if you're floating around in space, it's like if your leg's over here, your leg's over there, there's nothing you can do about it. Your arms are going up here, you're floating over here, something's floating. It's like you just gotta bob along. It's like really just flow with things. If you fall down and need to KO, you need to rest, let it be. awareness is going to be key right now to get through some kind of storm within you or around you. But it's like things will pass. Be adaptable. Wishes come true, dreams fulfilled, a magical time of life. 9 of summer. Fairy godmother energy. High priestess. Number 2, trust in your intuition. Careful reflection before taking action. Insights that come through meditation. It's time to go after your dreams. Do something that expands your horizons. Let your creativity take flight. Three, two, one, countdown energy. Self-confidence, trust yourself. I will not allow fear or doubt to hold me back from doing what I'm here to do. I have confidence, belief and conviction in my abilities and goals. I welcome questioning by others, as this gives me a chance to clarify my truth, ideas and philosophies. I trust in a higher power and I am open to new challenges. Solar plexus. And we've got third eye chakra, intuitive perception. I know what my intuitive senses tell me are true. I open myself to the truth that is within and around me, and I know that it is there for me to receive. I practice developing my intuition, and I know that it is a major aspect of who I am. In the stillness and silence of meditation and contemplation, I will experience and know the truth. And root chakra, independence. I know what my needs are, and I actively pursue them, knowing I will be guided and provided for when I put in the effort. I open myself to all possibilities and participate fully in life. I use my imagination and my vision to initiate what I wish for, and I pursue it. I am not waiting to be rescued. I am not a victim. I am strong. The Dolphin, number 40, MANNA, life force, breath. Dolphin, breathe with me, breath of the divine, manna of the universe, in oneness we entwine. Page 197. Dolphin speaks to us of the breath of life, the only thing that humans cannot go without for more than a few minutes. We can live without water and food for days, but oxygen is the source of our sustenance. Within the breath, we encounter the rhythm of energy that all life emits. In changing the rate or rhythmic texture of our breath, we can tap into any other life form or creature. This is a very easy way to connect with divine energy coming from Great Spirit, as well as with your own personal rhythms. Dolphin is the keeper of the sacred breath of life and teaches us how to release emotions through dolphin breath. Breath work would be great, obviously, coming through here then. Dolphin creates rhythm, swimming through the water and breathing before submerging, then holding its breath for the duration of underwater travel. As dolphin comes above water again, it blows its breath out in a manner resembling the popping of a cork. We can use this same technique to pull the stopper on our tensions and create total relaxation. This is a good exercise to use before entering the silence. Manna is life force, present in every atom, and is Great Spirit's essence. Dolphin teaches us how to use life manna through our breath. It revitalizes each cell and organ and breaks the limits and dimensions of physical reality, so that we may enter the dream time. Dolphin was travelling the oceans one day as Grandmother Moon was weaving the patterns of the tides. Grandmother Moon asked Dolphin to learn her rhythms, so that he could open his female side to her silvery light. Dolphin began to swim to the rhythm of her tide weaving and learned to breathe in a new way. As Dolphin continued to use this new rhythm, he entered the dream time. This reality was a new and different place from the seas he had known. Dolphin came to discover underwater cities in the dream time and was given the gift of the primordial tongue. This new language was the sound language that was brought by a spider from the great star nation. Dolphin learned that all communication was pattern and rhythm, and that the new aspect of communication was sound. He carries this original pattern to this day. Dolphin returned to the ocean of the Great Mother and was very sad until Wow came by and told Dolphin that he could return to be a messenger to the Dreamtime dwellers anytime he felt the rhythm and used the breath. Dolphin was given a new job. He became the carrier of messages of our progress. The Dreamtime dwellers were curious about the children of Earth and wanted us to grow, to be at one with Great Spirit. Dolphin was to be the link. If Dolphin has appeared to you today, frothing through the waves in your spread, you are to be a link to some solution for the children of Earth. This can be a time when you are to link with Great Spirit and bring answers to your own questions or to those of others. In addition, this can mean a time of communication with the rhythms of nature. You are put on notice to be mindful of your body rhythms and the patterns of energy being fed to you from the Creator. Imitate Dolphin and ride the waves of laughter, spreading joy in the world. Breathe and experience the manna so freely given. Break existing barriers and connect to the dream time or great star nation. Know that we are all whole in the eyes of the ever-living one. Page 197198. 444. Number 42, Mikhail. Page number 33. He knows techniques and methods for undertaking great ventures, and in these, his diplomacy is outstanding. He has intense protection from his ruling angel, being honourable, lofty, inspired, and incorruptible. He will be the faithful confidant of those with social, economic, or political prestige, and will collaborate fruitfully with anyone who aims to improve society. Planet the Sun. Reasons for invoking: to be safe on journeys, to elicit obedience or discipline from subordinates, to rid people, places, or objects of negativity, to shed light on all that is obscure. Page number 33. Justice! I was like, one more for Libra. And there you are. Take the time to review the details carefully. You will win in the end. Fair and objective decisions. I'm going to leave it there. If this did resonate, like, share and subscribe. I'll catch you guys soon. Sending so much love.